Hi, welcome back to Musicians Edition Practice With Me for Alto Saxophone. I'm your teacher, Reesa, and today we're working in the Standard of Excellence Book 2, page 14. I apologize if my audio is not as nice. Batteries were dead on the lapel, so hopefully this works out. Alright, so anywho, let's take a look at the top, what we have going on. Today we're going to be learning about enharmonics and chords. Alright? So let's just first take a quick discussion on what these are. So enharmonics is when the note is different, but sounds the same. So for example, that they used is D sharp. Take a moment to think about what D sharp is and the fingerings to D sharp, right? Now think about E flat and the fingerings to E flat. What is it? It's the same thing. So that is an enharmonic, and it doesn't have to be just this example. It extends to any of them that have the same fingerings, just the difference between the sharp and the flat. Okay? And then a chord is when two or more pitches are sounded at the same time. Like a guitar or a piano can play a chord because they can play different notes at different times. On saxophone, we can't do that, but together, when there's more people, we can create a chord then. Okay, so let's take a look at the warm-up. All right, so this is written for the whole entire band. That's why we have two parts. That also helps us with our chords and hearing them, okay? So let's both do the top part, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Now we did forget to go over our normal routine, so let's backtrack and let's first take a look at what's in our key signature. What do we have going on? We have 1 sharp, F sharp. Tell me about our time signature. 4/4. Perfect. Okay. Let's do the top part again since we didn't discuss the key signature. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Still sounds kind of weird just by itself. So this time, how about you play the top part, I'll play the bottom part. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Sounds a little better, doesn't it? All right, this time let's both do the bottom part. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. All right, this time I'm going to do the top part. You're going to play the bottom part. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent job. Anytime we have these warm-ups, remember to keep an open ear and listen for tuning and all that kind of stuff. All right, let's go ahead and move on to exercise 64, a Danish roll. So first, let's take a look at our key signature. What do we have going on? We have 2 sharps, F sharp and C sharp. Tell me about our time signature. Cut time. Do you remember what cut time is? 2/2. That means everything is going to be cut in two. Quarter notes are like eighth notes, half notes are like quarter notes, whole notes are like half notes. Okay, everything is cut in two. All right, let's also take a moment to look at our dynamics. What do we have going on? We start mezzo piano, kind of soft. And then on line 2, we're going to be forte, loud and proud. Also, do we have any repeats in this piece? We do. Take a look at the end. D, C, L fine. Do you remember what that means? DC means to the beginning, and the L fine means we're going to play to fine. Okay, do you know where that is? It's at the end of line 1, fine. And we have that double bar, which helps us find where the end of the song is. All right, so let's go over this just real slow. Let's just give it a play. Remember, it's cut time though, and I'm gonna hold us to that, even for our first go around. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Excellent. Did you remember to repeat from the beginning? If not, circle that in, mark it in, make sure you don't miss it next time. All right? So, yeah, cut time, right? All right, so this time, I didn't do dynamics that last time. So this time, let's throw in our dynamics. We'll keep this fairly slow, moderate pace. I guess that's what it's supposed to be anyway. Okay. So again, make sure you repeat, and this time add in the dynamics. All right, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. Hopefully that was better this time. Now, let's take a look at articulations. We do have slur motions happening. Ta, 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 ta. All right, so this time I want you to throw in the proper articulations. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. If any of that felt too fast, make sure you take time to practice on your own, slow it down, take it note by note, and then gradually speed it up. All right, but for now, we do have to move on. 65 Russian Sailors Dance. All right, so first let's take a look at our key signature. What do we have going on? No sharps, no flats. Now, is this major or minor? And which major or minor is this? This one is A minor. If you forgot how to check that out, review up here. All right, tell me about our time signature now. We have 2, 4, so we're still counting in twos, but our quarter notes are back to quarter notes. Delightful. All right? Tell me, do we have any repeats going on? We have another D, C, L fine. So remember, we're going to go back to the beginning and we're going to play until we see the word fine, which happens to be in the second line, basically in the middle of it. All right, you see those double lines there and it says fine on the top? That's where we're going to end the song after we repeat it. Okay? And dynamic-wise, we don't have a lot going on. We're starting with forte, and after that double bar, we're just going down to mezzo forte. Okay? So pretty simple there. All right. We do have some eighth note action coming up, so we'll start this off a little slower just so we can get the notes and get the feel for it. All right, so let's go ahead and just give this a try. All right, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. So this one does have some challenges to it, right? So make sure we, especially where it's those staccatoed eighth notes. I don't know if you staccatoed those or not, but they're all supposed to be short. Da, 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 da. Okay? So you might want to take time to slow that down on your own. Even just to get the fingerings, figured out. And then take time to speed it up. And then continue speeding it up and then start adding the staccato. Okay, so that's about where you want the goal to be, roughly. Okay, and then we did have some accidental sharps in there. Did you catch those? Great. If not, no worries. We're going to go over this again. Okay, so let's do this again. Don't forget to repeat. And this time try to staccato things and we'll take it up a little bit faster. This is a faster song. All right, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. How was that? Cool. All right. So, to be honest, I feel it's easier to go faster. Are you that way, or are you feeling slower is better? Well, either way, we have to still work our way up to tempo because it is allegretto. All right. So let's go ahead and do it one more time. Just a hair faster. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Excellent job. That's kind of a fun piece, at least in my opinion. And it's got good syncopation, good practice for that. So this one has, they call it the rewards. Really, it's just what we worked on. 65 covers, notes and rhythm. We did. Posture. Make sure you're playing with good posture. All right, sitting up, nice and straight. Bum on the edge of the seat, but not so far that you're falling off either. All right, articulations. This one had a lot of articulations, especially with those staccatos, so make sure you're working that tongue. And DC El Fine, yes, which we worked on that one and the previous exercise. All right, let's go ahead and move on to 66, chord capers. All right, so this one's a little harder to do since it's just you and me today, but when you are playing with the full band, the book wants you to listen to the different types of chords played by the full band. The alto saxophones are playing 2 notes on each chord. So really with the chord, if you take a look on the top there, there's the root, the third, and the fifth, and that's very popular in the chords. So the root is kind of like the home bass tone, right? So they have G. The third, well, that's an interval. It's just a third up. And then a fifth. And it makes a really nice chord. And usually our root note tells us what chord we're playing on. So that would be like a G major chord, but sometimes they're major, sometimes they're minor. Anywho, that's for later. We're just going to work on root, third, and fifth for now. Okay, so since it's just you and me, we're going to just play through this and we're just going to listen, okay? So first let's take a look at our key signature. We have F sharp. We're playing this in 4/4, so back to what's really comfortable. And right now, let's both play the top part just so we get a feel for it, and then we'll divide those fermatas, okay? For these fermatas, because you're supposed to be listening, let's hold this out for 5 beats, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. All right, so without even hearing the rest of the band, I think we can still figure this out. So looking at our first note, what do we have? Are we the root, the third, or the fifth? We are the root, okay? And how do we know that? Well, looking back at our key signature, this is in G major, right? So if you're on G, you have the root. Take a look at our second note, B natural. What is that? The root, the third, or the fifth? It's the third, and it's because it's the third interval from the root, which is G. Tell me about the D. What is it? The root, the third, or the fifth? It is the fifth because it's 5 intervals away from the root, which is G. Okay? And then we landed on B, which is the third. Okay? And then to the next 2 measures, it becomes minor. How did it become minor though? Because of that B flat. So in a minor chord, we're going to flatten the third note. Okay? I know it's a little confusing right now, but it'll make more sense as we go along. All right, so this time I want you to still play the same thing you did, so play all top part. I'm gonna play the bottom part, okay? And I just really want us to listen to that last fermata. We're still gonna hold that out for 5, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Still sounds pretty good with just 2 saxes. All right, this time let's both play the bottom part. Okay, still hold that fermata out for 5. If you're with the band, make sure you're watching your director. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. All right, so since we know that G, B, and D are the root, the third, and the fifth, on that first fermata, on the bottom part, which is it now? Root, third, or fifth? It is the root. What about the second half there? Is that the root, third, or fifth? That one is also the root. Excellent. All right, so this time you play the bottom part, I'm gonna play the top part. Once again, I want you to really listen. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent job. All right, let's go ahead and look at our last, it's not quite our last exercise, there's bonuses. All right, let's look at exercise 67 for alto saxophones only. All right, so we're looking at the high B flat, and it's showing us 2 ways. All right, it's showing B without the thumb, and with index, and just index. And then for high B flat, we're gonna put down the thumb. All right, so basically the only difference is we're taking that pinky off, right? They're very close in tone. So the book wants us to play these using the alternate B flat fingerings, which means pinky off. All right. And so looking at our key signature, that's all we have going on is B flat. We're in 4/4. And we have repeats, a couple repeats, right? 2 measures, repeat back to A. Then we're gonna go on to B, repeat back to B, and then we end. All right? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Using the B flat alternative fingering. Not too bad. For funsies, just so we can get a feel for the difference, this time I want us to play with the B flat fingering with the pinky. We won't do repeats this time. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you tell me why we use the alternate fingering? Not that this has a bad sound, but it's just a little bit more work. It's a little clunkier on the saxophone. I don't know if you can hear it on your saxophone, but just the clunk of those keys down there, you know, you kind of eliminate that when we use the B flat alternate key. All right, let's go ahead and do this one more time the way that we're supposed to, using the B flat alternative fingering and bring in the repeats again. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent job. All right. We earned an award, and we have extra practice. So let's just take a look at the reward real quick. That's for 67. We did notes and rhythm. I guess. I mean, we did notes. Rhythm was fairly simple. Hand position, make sure you're using the right hand position. Watch your embouchure as well. And your tone, moving from lower register to higher register. All right, now onto the extra practice. We're going to go on to page 41, and we're looking for 67. We have A and B. Okay, both of these exercises want us to use the alternate B flat fingering. So let's make sure we do that. There's a reason why. All right, so first taking a look at our key signature, I guess for both, what do we have going on? No sharps, no flats are written in, but as we can see, we do have flats written in as accidentals. Tell me about our time signature. Common time, nice 4/4. Both exercises have repeats. Where do those repeats take us to? The beginning. All right, let's look at 67A though. We have a good hunk of eighth notes, so we'll take this slow just so we can get the feel for it, okay? Now we're only supposed to use the alternate B flat fingerings where the asterisks are, so that first B, that high B flat is marked normal. All right, so take note. All right, let's go ahead and give this a try. We'll start off slow, do the repeat. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent job. That's kind of a tricky one, huh? Between articulation, which we'll focus on this next go around, and just switching back and forth from the alternate to the regular B flat. But it's really good practice for us to do both. All right, let's go ahead and do it again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent job. Let's do it one more time for good luck. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent job. All right. Now we are on to our last exercise of the night, 67B. Same thing, 4/4, no sharps, no flats, though B flat is marked in there. Repeat goes to the beginning. We also have a good hunk of eighth note action. Where the asterisks are is where we are to play the B flat alternate fingering, okay? So let's give this a try. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, these are tough, aren't they? So for these ones, you also still want to take some time and learn it on your own. These you probably want to do more note by note. Right, especially because some are used with the alternate fingering and some are used with the regular fingering. All right, let's go ahead and do this again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent job. All right. This time, let's try to add in the proper articulation, all right? There are some slurs in here, so slur where you're supposed to, tongue where you're supposed to. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. For some reason, it's a lot easier if you're tonguing it all. Not that I did, I'm just saying. All right, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, please do let me know in the comments. While you're down there, don't forget to hit like, notify, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our practices. Thanks for joining, and until next time.